Alright, ladies and gents, we are doing the Mort cube %. So, what this is we are trying to get the Mort cube achievement as fast as we can. So, it's a bit of a joke category, and I appreciate that I am not the best speedrunner. You know, I am pretty mediocre at this game for a speedrunner, really. The only reason why I have the world records that I do is just because I've been doing them before anyone else has. And my skills may not be the best, but I still want to make a nice, funny little joke, funny little run. Now, of course, there are probably people who can make this joke funnier than me by being better than me. And I'm probably not even the first person to invent this Mort cube %. But, you know, we're just having a bit of fun with it. That was actually pretty good for a tutorial, because I don't run Pepino that often, so I don't have that much practice in the tutorial. So this is pretty much just any % but cooler, because it's got the Mort cube in it. And you know, that's the main thing. That's the main appeal. What any % run do you know that has the Mort cube in it? I don't think so. Have you heard of any % run with the Mort cube in it? Exactly. There are probably faster ways to do this run, but I'm not an any % runner, so whatevs. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I know. I basically never play this room as Pepino, so you know, I don't know what's up with it, but rest assured, we win anyway. So we've now done basically almost a third of the run. Actually, I'd describe it more as like 2/5, I guess you could say. So now we've got to do Pizzascape. And you know, speaking of Pizzascape, you might have noticed the Stanley can in the bottom left corner of the screen. So I've taken feedback on board, and I've decided to implement a Stanley can in all of my future runs. I'm giving the people what they want. The return of Stanley. Well, you know, he never really went anywhere. I mean, I will be honest, I haven't spoken much with him since that one run that we did came out. Because Stanley, he's not really used to being a somebody. All his life he's been dealing with being a nobody. So to suddenly be thrust into the world of stardom from Jackie telling his magnificent story is a bit much for him, but I think he handled it really well. And yet, the Stanley story, it has a very touching message at the end of the day. Because the thing is, about the Stanley story, you should never be afraid to be yourself. And although you may be dealt a shitty hand by life, it's important to just keep going. Much like how I just got dealt a shitty hand by that. Because I couldn't do the skip right. But, you know, it's okay. The way I don't know what I'm doing, it's okay, you know? Because I know that, I was saying earlier, I'm not a very good speedrunner, in my opinion. I know that, you know, I go fast, and I probably played this game a lot better than quite a few people, but I'm still far from the best, as you can see right there. But the thing is, Stanley would tell me it's okay to not be at the top, as long as you look down towards the bottom and you see how far you've really come. That is the true message of the Stanley story. It's probably not. I'm probably horribly misinterpreting the story. There may in fact be crowds of people angry at me for not doing the Stanley story justice. You know, the grand return of Stanley, and this is what I do. It'll go in the history books. It could go in the history books of terrible reboots and terrible revivals. You know, Star Wars. Fucking, I'm trying to think of something else that isn't Star Wars. In terms of horrible franchise revivals. Although, to be honest, I don't think I could ever get as bad as Star Wars, because I could never write something like The Rise of Skywalker if I was drunk. If I was drunk, I would probably do 10 times a better job at writing something better than Rise of Skywalker. I feel like I'm drunk right now because I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. But that's the magic of it. Like, even if Stanley himself took a look at the Rise of Skywalker, he'd be like, oh, what the fuck is that? That's a piece of shit. Why are all the characters so bad? Why do all the characters suck? And why is the plot so full of contrivances? And I say, Stanley, this was a film, this was a trilogy. This whole trilogy was made with absolutely no planning whatsoever. So you know, everything that happens in The Rise of Skywalker, the writers just pull out of their ass. Like, just completely out of their rectum. Stanley's like, oh, I'm not sure I like the sound of that description very much. It's like, Stanley, I know it's probably not a very pretty thought But you have to understand, the film is very bad for a reason. Oh yeah, well I guess I've seen some films before. You know, some pretty bad ones. Like, I know your girlfriend. She mentioned Free Guy to me, and I don't know. I thought it was fun, but it kind of sucked. You know? It's like, yes, Stanley, you can have fun with something and recognize it as bad. Oh, hey, look, I just did the Mort cube percent while I was rambling about Stanley. That's time. I'll look at the video. Whatever frame the achievement pops up on, that is the final time. This is the most directionless I've felt, really. Just in general with speaking, because I don't know what I'm saying or what I'm like doing. Really, I'm just gonna end the video. You're not even gonna get a fade out. I'm just gonna end the fucking